next legacy.
Hey, this is Collen, and you're now tuned into Danaya Azure Radio.
Hello, Colleen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome. So I'm at the fabulous Miss Colleen on Clubhouse. Shout out to my girl Poco Blue, always hooking up with the outstanding interviews from incredible independent talents. Yes. So, Miss Lady, how did you originally get into music?
I always liked to sing since I was a little girl. So I wouldn't say when I got into it because I feel like I was just always into.
Definitely. So, how old were you when you wrote your first song?
Well, originally I never wrote songs. I wrote poems. So my first song is actually a poem, but I started writing poems I want to say when I was 15, 14, like around that age. Is when I started writing poems. So I turned my poems into songs, and that's how I wrote my first song, I guess.
So, what was your first poem about? Do you remember?
Yeah. I can't say what my first poem was about, but the first time I wrote a poem where I was like, wow, like I'm actually kind of good at this was I wrote a poem about my aunt's marriage to her husband, and I read it to her and she cried, and it's like, oh, okay, really touched her. So yeah, that's the best way I can answer.
I know, I love that because, I think the biggest thing when it comes to poetry and music is that it's supposed to be healing. And so the fact that you're able to write something for your aunt and it invokes that emotion is so incredibly important.
Yes. Yeah, she's a beautiful person. So
who would you say are some of your musical influences?
oh, that's hard. I would say a lot of artists because I'm really into anything that I just think sounds good. I don't really stick to one genre. So I could say like Beyonce, I could say Michael Jackson, I could say Air Supply. You know what I mean? I just think all musicians bring something different. So all of them kind of influence me in a way, or you know what I mean? Inspire me in a way.
So what would you say is your favorite kind of music to do? Is it more pop? Is it more R&B?
Definitely R&B and kind of pop, but I'm definitely more R&B girl for sure. Yeah.
So what would you say has been the obstacles of you being a young African American girl in the music industry?
I would just say exposure.
Okay.
I find it hard to get a crowd, especially like on top of being African American, but also like being female. Yeah, I would say that's my personal biggest obstacle when it comes to that I've experienced so far. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Is it more the fact of like, because I know that you're very respectful with the way that you dress and the way that you talk and all of that. And I think a lot, people always say sex sells, yada yada yada. I'm like, well, what about the talent though? I'm just saying.
And that's a big thing I find, especially with like African American culture, is like a lot of the times we're used as like sex symbols. And if a woman wants to do that, I'm not judging. That's for you, but I personally don't or wouldn't. I'm not comfortable like participating in that. So yeah, a lot of times like that's what will catch people's attention, and that's what gets them the exposure, or it's like maybe getting their body done, or like, you know what I mean, things that's what catches like their attention. Or even songs that are very like maybe raunchy, like they're catchy but they're very raunchy and very like, yeah. So that's, I think, the best way I can answer that. Like, yeah, when it comes to exactly what you said, when it comes to that's our main attraction. in the music industry for a lot. Well, I won't say a main, but a big majority of it, especially with females in the music industry. And the
Oh,
male,
definitely.
they don't help either because they be putting us like that in the music videos too. So
Exactly. And that's the biggest thing about it is, when you are um, someone that wants to be more conservative with the way that you dress, and you want to, you understand your worth, it does get a little bit harder. And that's why it is so important for us to have platforms like this as independent media personalities, that so we can showcase you guys and everything that you're doing, because you have a great voice, you do good music, so why wouldn't you get showcased? It doesn't make any sense to me.
I really appreciate that. And honestly, I could say the same about you because honestly, what you're doing with your platform, I think is great. Like, I think it's really great. So the same could really be said about you.
Thank you. And phenomenal singer, songwriter, Miss Kelly Colleen is my guest here on Danaya Azure Radio. So, what has been one of your most memorable performance experiences?
Um, my most memorable one, I would say, was when I was little. This one time I got a solo, and I was very, very shy growing up. And I just remember, we're at the scene, and it comes to my part for the solo, and I just like froze up. And everybody in the church, because it was obviously at a church, everyone in the church just sat there like patiently waiting. Like they waited 5 minutes, and then I just started singing. But after I got off that stage, I was so sad. And I guess the reason why it's the most memorable experience for me was just like, I guess I just learned that like I really need to have like confidence to do
Mhm.
something like this. So yeah, it was kind of traumatizing, but it was a lesson. And a lot of these traumatizing experiences we have are just lessons that we needed to learn. So I learned my lesson.
And I think that's the thing. And shout out to the churches that really do help people and really do support children. Because that's not said for every single one. So that's super dope that they're just like, okay, baby, we got you. No worries, it's okay.
So nice about it. They even said I did great after, and I was like, great. But I'm a Virgo, so I'm very hard on myself.
Right.
So great, like I froze, but you live and you learn, you experience, you move on. So
Absolutely. So if
mhm.
you could collaborate with any artist, living or dead, who would they
Mhm.
be and why?
I think this is such a hard question. Who would I collab with? Okay, can I pick two?
Yes.
Like
You can,
one female? Okay, perfect. If it's a guy, I would definitely do Drake because everything he touches is just gold. So you know what I mean? He has such a big fan base. It would be great exposure for me. And I'm a big fan. So, I mean, it's like killing two birds with one stone. Like, it's help for me, and it's also helping my dream of like collabing with him. And then my second would be Janae Aiko, just because like I really love her vibe and I really love her voice. Like it's just so soothing, it's so soft. I really like how she tries to incorporate healing within her music because I know she does things like singing bowls and she's into poetry, and I really like her whole aura and her whole vibe. So that I feel like would be a great experience.
that is true, and I think
Yeah.
when it comes to Janae Eiko, like I said, she has a beautiful voice.
She just, yeah.
And the fact that she incorporates healing into her music
Mhm.
is really, really powerful. So very, very good choices for sure.
Thank you. She's just, yeah, she's great.
So you're working on a new project. What's the new project about?
Okay, so my new project is just going to be because I've been quiet for some time. So my new project is just gonna be kind of like more of a what's going on in my life now because a lot has happened in the last year. I had my daughter, so I'm a new mom now, and it's just a lot of different experiences. So it's just gonna be more of me expressing and writing about things that I experience, and hopefully they're relatable to other people, because that's my main goal when like writing. Like it's therapeutic for me, but also like I'm hoping it's therapeutic for the listeners also, because music can save lives.
Yes.
True. Yeah,
Music can most definitely save lives. And I think that's what a lot of artists, a lot of the newer artists will forget, is that the focus should be on making your records timeless, not that 15 minutes of fame.
I agree. Like I agree, because listen, you play some of those songs from back in the day, like the 90s, the 80s, they still hit. And that's what you want. You know what I mean? You don't want something that's going to be, you hear it today and then like by next week or next year, it's like, oh, that's old. Like, you don't want to hear that anymore. So I 100% agree with what you're saying.
So, what is the one thing that you wish you would have known before you entered the music industry?
Um, One thing I wish I would have known. I think, to be honest, one thing I wish I would have known was how to properly prepare myself for joining or trying to join or being in that type of industry, and just having more confidence and being more determined to go get it. Because I feel like this is the type of industry where you have to really go for it. Um, and also, I feel like you need to be prepared for like failure. Um, and just, I don't know. I wish I was more organized. That's one thing I have to say. I wish I was also more organized, just with how I put things out. I feel like I was really in a rush to
Mm-hmm.
to get to where I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and yeah, I definitely learned that, like planning things out, being prepared and organized, and like having a uh, what's the right word?
A long-term goal and
Yeah,
short-term goal. Mm-hmm.
having a plan to like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That I feel like, but I guess that's like that's life in general. You know what I mean? So but yeah, that's I guess that's what I wish I had did better for myself, um in terms of how I went about coming into the industry. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
Mm.
And singer-songwriter Kelly Collen is my guest here on Danaya Azure Radio. So before we get out of here, can you show us a little bit of those amazing vocal skills?
Oh goodness. Yeah, of course. What should I sing? Should I sing something new, like preview?
Preview. I love previews, so yes.
Let's see. I came running right back to you. You came running right back to me. Pull me out my misery, mirror my energy. More than a friend, but still a friend to me. Mold me like pottery, make me a masterpiece. In your art gallery, you pull me like gravity. Loving me savagely, fulfilling my fantasies. You changed me drastically, and you happened so naturally. Yeah, that's like I'm working on.
Yes.
I'm
I
a little
love it.
sick. I'm just, so
I love it. I love it. Yes, yes, yes.
thank you.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a nice project. So you definitely gotta come back when the project comes out and so we can play it on the station for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, I would love to. I would love to. I would love to.
Most definitely. So when everything is said and done, what do you want your legacy to be?
I just want to make music that is therapeutic and healing. That's what I want people to listen to my music and be like, I really felt what she was saying. And that's all that matters to me, to be honest. I just want you to hear it and like feel it, and that would make me happy. And that's it.
I love when you how you said that, because music is supposed to heal. Music is supposed to heal. Music is supposed to be able to make us feel good and, you know, get us through those hard times.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with having a goal like that, that you just want your music to be therapeutic and heal, that's so important with
Mm-hmm.
everything that's going on right now.
Thank you. Yes.
So important.
Mm-hmm.
So when can we expect this project to drop?
Soon, very soon. I won't give a specific date because I don't want to have like, waiting, but it's coming very soon. That I can promise.
I cannot wait. It's gonna be awesome.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you, follow you, and most importantly, book you.
So they can find me on Instagram and Twitter and even Snapchat under the same name, Kelly Colleen, 2 N's. I am in the process of making a website, so that will be coming out very soon. And yeah, you can book me with my email, which is kellycolleen@gmail.com, or, just shoot me a text. I'm chill like that.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Your energy is amazing. Your voice is absolutely beautiful. I look forward to seeing your incredible project.
Thank you. Aloha Maui. This is Kelly Colleen sending you lots of love, lots of prayers, and lots of positive energy. Please donate at www.hopeformaui.org.
Next Legacy. Next Legacy.